2K TV is in LA. It is a beautiful day here, and we are at Kenny the Jet Smith's house. What are you up to? I see you're working out.
I'm in here working out. Let's give it a hello.
Hello.
There you go. Here,
okay.
five.
The WNBA is coming back, and the NBA is coming back this year. Are you excited?
Yes. Well, since basketball is coming back, I'm excited about that. You know, we get to see, 22 possibly of the best basketball teams now come back. I have no idea who's going to win the championship because I got to see who got out of shape in these 3 months.
I was going to ask you that.
This is one of the reasons why I created this virtual basketball camp, because some of those players you won't get to see. I'm doing the first ever virtual basketball camp. 2K TV, no one knows about this camp but you guys right now. And what you get is it's a virtual basketball camp live. So you're doing a live workout and camp with your favorite basketball player, and I'm gonna host it every week. So that's what I'm doing.
That sounds awesome.
We have 9 WNBA and NBA legends. The things that you get at a basketball camp, instead of you going there, now we're bringing a basketball camp to you.
Can I get a little taste?
Come on.
We get a look at the sun shining in the buildings of downtown Salt Lake City, Utah. Our broadcast location today. Good Friday night to you sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the payday.
For most teams in the NBA, success starts at the top.
Sure can. All right, DA, thanks. Of course, we know these teams have great perimeter play, and they rely on it a lot.
It feels as though, Kevin, the current rules in today's game favor ball handling. They favor shooting ability. They want high-scoring games with an ability to go unimpeded to the basket. And what it translates to me, it translates to pretty free-flowing basketball. You've seen the game evolve over the years, Kevin. What's your take on it?
I love the way that we see guys with great handles that can shoot and penetrate and up the bigs outside. I got to tell you, boys, there's nothing about the game I don't like right now.
I'm right there with you.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. They've got JaVale McGee. Irving is out there with Doncic. And there's Klay Thompson. And it's Towns. And at the power forward position. Oh!
Mitchell understanding that length and athleticism serves him well on the defensive end. Nicely done.
Irving with it. Doncic outside. Back to Irving. Pocket 6. Over right side. Irving misses. And it's the Jazz's ball. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. 17-foot shot on the way. Leonard, no luck. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Nuggets. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Okay, how about the great body control by Kyrie Irving, one of the best small men in the league at converting through contact.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Pulls up, high post. That one off the back iron and out. Booker against Doncic. Now here is McGee. Here's Irving. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Oh, guys, there are not many strokes more pure than that of Kyrie Irving's.
Now Mitchell. 11 points for him in that last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And it wasn't only his scoring. The intensity on defense. He nabbed 3 steals that night.
Here's Leonard. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist.
Well, we know this about Kawhi Leonard. He can score at all 3 levels, taking advantage of the mid-range game there.
Irving passes to Doncic. That's a floater go. Inside, here's Leonard. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
With the teardrop and the dunk by Towns.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for Utah. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
You can see the kind of confidence Donovan Mitchell has in that handle. His ability to navigate off the dribble drive. Nice.
Down low, right side, and they call the foul. So he's got the and-one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
What's up?
The Nuggets trail by 5. Thompson outside. Back to Irving. On the wing, Doncic. Releases. And he hits the jump shot.
Boy, Luka Doncic excels in the two-man game. You handle the rock with perfection. Nicely done, young sir.
Mitchell kicks to DeRozan. McGee with the block. DeRozan against Thompson. Now here's Irving. Not a lot of room. Misses it from 7 feet out. Jazz leading by 3. Mitchell passes to Booker. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
And the Utah fans known league-wide for their passion.
This is a very tough place to get a win on the road, Greg. You know that as well as anyone. You've got the elevation, second highest in the league, and as you mentioned, those fans are loud, proud, and passionate.
Passes to Irving. Fires the 3. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Jazz have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Here's DeRozan, and Utah turns it over again.
Here's a look at some stats for Karl Anthony Towns. Last season, he played outstanding. Last year, averaging 24 points per, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
And he gets the bucket. Well,
this is one of the best in the league at converting off contact. What body control by Kyrie Irving.
Mitchell outside. Outside Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Blanketed by the D. Fights to the rim for the layup. Leonard's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's McGee. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Mitchell. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Good. Leonard's got 8.
Boy, he's heating up fast coming out of the gate. 4 out of 5 from the field.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
Let's remember that Donovan Mitchell's first love was baseball. His father played in the minors, coached in the majors. Donovan himself was a star player in high school. It wasn't until he broke his wrist that he decided to dedicate himself to the game of basketball.
Take a look at last year's leading shot blockers. You don't want one of these guys in front of you when you're coming down the lane. 4th, Brook Lopez. And, of course, JaVale McGee.
And when either of those guys are on the floor, that low post defense is immediately something their teammates don't have to worry about. That's a very comforting feeling.
And, Doris, you mentioned baseball where he played pitcher and shortstop. But Mitchell doing just fine, I think, in basketball.
No doubt, Kevin. He's come a long way since high school because back then he was a power dunker and defender. But his transformation into an elite offensive player in the NBA, this is just a credit to this young man's work ethic.
Leonard attacking
Mitchell continue to focus on hitting the guys who are open. We know he can score the ball.
Irving kicks to Doncic. Back to Irving. The tray. Good on the triple. He's got 9.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Mitchell looking it over. That's in. And he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Irving against Mitchell. Pass to Doncic. Back to Irving. Pass to Towns. He feeds it to McGee. Thompson for the triple. That is out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Booker. He's coming off an excellent season. 7th in scoring, and his passing skills were on full display all year. He ranked among the top 15 in assists.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. And Green gets it to go.
Well, how about the versatility? Danny Green on the interior. Go ahead.
Van Vliet kicks to Porter. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Van Vliet, defended by Griffin.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury them.
DeRozan finds Green. Oh, Leonard in position. The shot comes out.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Murray, good.
And even at 6'5", Murray just elevates high inside for these buckets. A high percentage shooter down low.
Mitchell dishes to Griffin. Nice ball movement by Utah. They get it back. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And the Raptors went all in trading for Kawhi Leonard last season, Doris. Great talent surrounding him in Toronto. But this past summer, he decided to move on.
But, Kevin, a championship makes the gamble worthwhile if you were Toronto. For Kawhi, any team he plays on is going to have a chance to win. And now this young man, a champion, starts a new chapter.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. And this is what we've been waiting for all summer long, all off season long. After many months, Doris, basketball is finally back.
And what's incredible, Kevin, is the NBA's popularity just continues to grow. There's worldwide enthusiasm. The NBA players represent the league so well, and my goodness gracious, can they play some basketball?
Interesting how now the league, Doris, is commanding the calendar all year round. It used to be such a seasonal game. Now it's 365 days a year.
So many storylines throughout the course of the summer. Who's playing where and with whom?
Free throw good. Porter. GA drafted after only playing 3 games at the University of Missouri. A lot of people probably hadn't seen Michael Porter Jr. play basketball. But with that in mind, describe his game for us now.
Kevin, at 6'10", he's a fluid athlete with tremendous shot-making ability. Grew up one of 7 kids, homeschooled. They all played ball. He's had a basketball in his hands from a very young age, and you can see it in his approach.
Mitchell passes to Griffin. Mitchell outside. The pass to Leonard. Jacks up a 3, and the call will be against Julius Randle. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
The Nuggets trail by 8. And here is Van Vliet. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Stolen by Mitchell. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Back to Porter. He kicks it to Jordan. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Van Vliet finds Adebayo. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Outside Griffin. Pass to Mitchell. A three. And Utah, another three.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Van Vliet with it. He dishes it to Murray. To the middle. Here's Adebayo. That one, no good. Nice D from Griffin. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They're leading by 8. Green kicks to Mitchell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2x the free throw line. Was there any steal in the 2017 draft bigger than Donovan Mitchell? My goodness, guys. Utah looks like they found a franchise player with him.
I mean, to see a player his age come in and just be an elite scorer is impressive. Very explosive in transition, but also in the half court. Reminds you a bit of Westbrook or a young D-Wade with how he plays.
Anthony's checked in for Leonard. Adebayo passes to Porter. 5 on the clock. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
And Utah making a change here. Booker's checked in. J.J. Redick's checked in for the Nuggets. On defense, the Jazz. 9-point game. And that one, good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Now here's Booker, covered by Van Vliet. Here's Griffin. That shot off. And Denver the other way now.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage. A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. And here's Booker from the arc.
Come on.
It's Adebayo with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 5. He lobs it up, and Adebayo throws it down.
A fundamentally sound player. Gotta like how well Redick works the rock around the floor.
Pass to Anthony. Back to Booker for 3. Hits it from 3-point range.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time, Greg. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. They get it again. Short. And they convert it last on attempt number 3.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And Booker kicks to Green. Here's Griffin, and that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Utah. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And don't go away. We'll be right back. At 1 one time a poor free throw shooter. DeAndre Jordan has really improved this part.
I've never tried it. I've never seen.
You know, he's made some progress with his method, though.
Yeah, him, Drummond, Capella, a lot of the guys who are getting the hack-a-shack treatment have made great strides.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Jazz performance here, guys, what have they been doing going after it?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Jazz, we've got Devin Booker. Julius Randle is out there with Adams. Then it's Green. Then it's Anthony. And it's small forward. 5 to shoot. Top of the key. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The feed now to Reddick. Anthony with the block.
Melo just reading the play the right way, putting the extra effort to come up with such a nice block.
To the paint. Rebound by the Nuggets. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now here's Van Vliet, defended by Booker. Van Vliet looking around. A floater. He takes it up and lays it in. Van Vliet's got the game tied up here for the Nuggets.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Booker dishes to Anthony. Fires it up. The Jazz again can't hit it.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
DeAndre Jordan simply a force around the cup. This guy has rare athleticism.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul. They were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it. Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what he has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you. Utah shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. If you were coaching, Doris, and you could run your offense through any center in the game, and let's take guys that are playing right now because we can go back in history and the names are endless, but who would you run your offense through at that position?
Probably a guy that the casual NBA fan is not as knowledgeable about as they should be, Kevin, and that's Nikola Jokic. This is a young, early 20-year-old who may be the best passer out of the post position that we've seen in a generation. Jokic is a guy who can handle the ball from three-point territory. He can take it off the window and initiate your offense. They run him like a point center, and it's appropriate because he's unselfish and gifted as a passer.
Gifted, great word to use, you're right. Shoots from the elbow, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And it's DeRozan missing. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Moving against Whiteside. Now here's Irving. He's covered closely. The 15-footer. Rebounded by the Jazz. Here in the second quarter, just over 3.5 minutes played. On the wing, Booker, guarded by Doncic. Ball's knocked loose. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Irving's got the ball. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Irving. Doncic has got the lead up to 4 now for the Nuggets. Utah's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Pass to Adams. Back to Anthony. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
No, just Carmelo in full attack mode, puts it on the deck, creates the contact. Nice.
The Jazz have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
We're having a lot of success from the line here in the second quarter.
Towns, he's checked in for Denver. Both free throws good from Anthony.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Here's Irving. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Irving's got 11 points.
Well, the defense was there. It just simply didn't matter to Kyrie Irving. This guy makes a living hitting contested shots.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
Boy, you talk about the all-time great below-the-rim finishers. Kyrie Irving is on that list. He can use either hand. So much English. This guy is tough.
And checking out some numbers for Irving. Coming off a terrific season. Checking in at about 24 points per, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch. Someone the other players look up to.
Booker finds Anthony. Over top. Outside trying to break free. Another miss by Utah. You know, Doris, as great a scorer as he is, Kyrie Irving doesn't draw a ton of fouls.
Kevin, I think that has everything to do with his elusivity. This is a young man who can finish with either hand, can get separation on any defender. This is the one thing you'd say about Kyrie Irving. He does not initiate contact around the rim.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And the pass to Doncic. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 9 points for Luka Doncic.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Adams trying to free himself up. The Jazz with another miss. And here's Denver. They're on a 15-4 run right now. Thompson with the bucket.
Well, Thompson's frame may be lean, but make no mistake, he's got great strength, and he powers through the shot.
Irving against Booker. The 3 from Anthony. Utah gets it back. And right side stays right with it.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Here's the teardrop. That one doesn't drop. Nice D from DeRozan. Jazz trail by 7. Here's Anthony. It's good. Anthony's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Doncic with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Tries to save it. Outside Anthony. Launches a 3. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
I'll say it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
And Doris, for as great as Klay Thompson is with his shooting and his scoring, you have to acknowledge his terrific defense as well.
Kevin, he is elite on the defensive end of the floor. For Klay Thompson, he's tall enough, he's long enough, he's got exceptional feet, exceptional length, incredible discipline, stick-to-itiveness. Any defensive quality you could hope for, Klay Thompson has it.
And that one misses. And you look at Luka Doncic, 6'7", about 220 Doris. Is he a point guard, point forward, and where's he fit?
Well, I think in today's modern NBA, where we talk about positionless basketball, he's the perfect fit regardless of where you put it. He can defend wings, he can defend forwards, and offensively, you want him to be in command of the basketball.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. We've always been wowed by the athleticism in the NBA, but it seems to be becoming even more athletic. And certain guys get it done, Doris, in different ways.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of examples, Kev, of guys who don't have or are not blessed with incredible athleticism, but who have found a way to be successful. Nikola Jokic is a first-team NBA player who plays very much below the rim. And then you look at certain shooters who can affect the game. J.J. Redick, he is impossible to guard because he's one constant stream of movement. So, listen, if you have great skill for your position without athleticism, you can still find a way to have a job in this NBA.
The Nuggets have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. That's good from McGee.
Well, the Jazz's Quinn Snyder has become one of the most respected head coaches in the league. And think, guys, a player poll even had him ranked 7th among coaches they'd like to play for. And consider he's in Utah. That is not exactly a free agent destination.
Denver making a switch here. Porter's checked in. Mitchell passes to Whiteside. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and the slam dunk by McGee.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And Doris, what is it you think about Quinn Snyder to give rise to that respect?
Well, you think about it. He played the game at a high level, of course, collegiately at Duke. He has paid his dues as a coach. He's got tremendous intellect for the game. And there's this growth mindset with him. He's always looking at himself. How can I get better?
Back to Doncic. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over DeRozan. And that one hits back iron.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Mitchell against Irving. Whiteside kicks to Mitchell. The Jazz working the ball around now. And with that, the Denver lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Leonard.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Outside Porter. This is it to Irving. On deep. Rebound, Utah. Leonard's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the inside. Whiteside goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. Will go to the line. It's on JaVale McGee.
And that's a case where DeMar DeRozan's teammates benefiting from him being a willing distributor. This is a very team-first guy.
The Jazz have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. Denver's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter. So Irving finds McGee. Back to Irving. Right at the free throw line. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
It's to Whiteside. Here's Mitchell. He's got 10. McGee with the block. Porter looking it over. This is to Irving. Doncic outside. Shot clock at 5. Takes a 3. A three-pointer is right on target. And it's a 7-point Nugget lead.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the three-point line.
It's in by Whiteside.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Denver leading by 5. Doncic passes to Porter. And here is Irving. Three-pointer. Blake Griffin pulls it in.
And after nailing the three-pointer in the first quarter, he has yet to connect here in the second.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. Third is JaVale McGee.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
Shooting 2.
Free throw, good, outside. So it's such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder.
And that's the trademark Griffin finish. Get in tight, elevate, and throw it down with authority. Big fella is a beast down low.
Towns kicks to Murray. Back to Towns. For Mitchell. And a little off that time, but it drops. Towns has got his second bucket.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Mitchell, this is to Leonard. Releases. Not going to go that time. And it's Denver the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Redick against Mitchell. That one goes in. Mitchell's got 12 in the game.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell in the mid-range making great use of what the defense is giving him.
Murray against Mitchell. Out to the right wing. Here's Towns. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, Karl Anthony Towns has a mid-range game. You'll see him in the low post from 3 and in between right there.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nuggets lead by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Karl Anthony Towns. An impressive first half and a nice start for you guys. How did that happen?
We had some great days of practice for those.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Jones, what a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 13 points, 2 steals, and 1. And that'll...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And one of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end, and boy, this young guy has done just that.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Jazz trail by 4. Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Towns is out there with Klay Thompson. Then there's Luka Doncic. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Irving in at the point.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Here's DeRozan. Lays it up off the glass. DeRozan's got the first basket of the second half here for the Jazz.
Well, to me, Kevin Harlan, you simply have to defend better than that. DeMar DeRozan has the vertical, and he's super efficient in that area.
Irving can't hit. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Utah Jazz. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. That ties the game.
When Kawhi Leonard is healthy, he can dominate both ends of the floor. Nice job to finish it there.
Denver shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. Irving against Leonard. Irving passes to Towns. And he drops it in from the low post. Towns has got 8 points.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
Leonard attacking over Towns. Leonard no luck. Irving looking over the floor. And another field goal in his total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
Boy, it's rare for a point guard to do as much damage on the interior as Kyrie Irving. You've got to guard him in there.
Takes it out to Booker. That's 3 off the mark. The Nuggets leading by 4.
Well, there are very few scorers in the NBA who are as explosive as Devin Booker. Boy, when this guy finds his rhythm, he can take over a game from just about any part of the floor, and there's nothing the defense can do about it.
Shot clock at 3. Irving for 3. Second chance effort, and no good that time. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Jazz have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Mitchell is double. Knocks it loose. Outside, good. He's got 15. Doris, I still think back to that game where Booker put up 70 points. I mean, wow, unbelievable.
Yeah, when Devin Booker starts to cook, he can get as hot as any player in the league. Well, one thing you want from Devin is consistency on both ends of the floor from game to game. That's how you go from good to great.
A shot by Thompson, no good. Utah trailing here. On the wing, Mitchell. He's covered by Thompson. DeRozan's shot is off. Denver's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got his 5th assist in this one. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Out to DeRozan. On the wing, Booker. They get it back. Right side. And another shot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight. First one falls for Julius Randle's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Adebayo is checked in for the Nuggets. DeAndre Jordan comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. And both free throws good from Whiteside. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
For Randall. Last season, he played outstanding. He was around 21 points per game last year, 8 rebounds and 3 assists. And he gives them a nice rotation on the front court. He is a quality reserve.
Well, the one thing you can't teach is size. He's not as developed skill-wise as some guys, but certainly a valuable backup for this team.
Hope they get it back. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. They get Hassan Whiteside.
Well, DeAndre Jordan's a problem because if he gets that close, you know the defense has to commit to him.
The Nuggets have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
Shooting 2.
Throw good, Jordan.
Well, DeAndre Jordan remains one of the best rebounders in the NBA. His ability to dominate the glass and get you extra possessions, just a thing of beauty.
And with DeAndre Jordan, the rebounding is as strong as ever goes. But what about the rim protection?
Well, I think obviously DeAndre's block totals aren't what they used to be when he was turning away 2 shots a game. But there's more to defense than just blocking shots. And Jordan remains a plus defender.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the possession.
The Nuggets have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. The Jazz making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. That's good from Irving.
Well, Uncle Drew will go out there and do his thing, won't he? Kyrie Irving, an exceptional player. And in fact, if you ask other NBA players, he's one of their favorite to watch.
Randall down low. He's against Jordan. Booker left side. Randall finds Booker. Shoots over Doncic. The Jazz with another miss.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And Whiteside sends it back. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Adams, he's checked in for the Jazz. And Denver with a change here too. Van Vliet's checked in. Softly drops in the floater. Van Vliet's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
Doncic against DeRozan. Booker left side. The wide open look here for DeRozan. It's good from the top of the key.
Well, if the defense snaps in the pick-and-roll offense, DeRozan is too smart, too good, and too skilled.
Jordan against Randall. Outside Jordan. Anthony against Thompson. No good from 18. Jazz trail by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Doncic kicks to Jordan. Now here's Van Vliet. Thompson passes to Jordan. Doncic against DeRozan. Shoots from the elbow. Off the left rim and out.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Anthony taking his time here. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. Offensive rebound. Outside for Randall. Outside DeRozan. He's a 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Booker in the post. Covered by Van Vliet. No good from Booker.
This guy has not been a factor at all in this quarter, and it has hurt the team.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And the Jazz call time here. Undrafted out of Wichita State, Fred Van Vliet. Never the most heralded player, Doris. But you know, he says he bet on himself, and it's worked.
No doubt. Van Vliet's belief in himself gets him a 2-year, $18 million contract. But I think beyond that, this man, in the moments that mattered most in the playoffs, proved that Fred Van Vliet will deliver.
Griffin's check in for Utah. Green comes in for Anthony. And Denver also making a switch. Murray's checked in. Thompson against DeRozan. Pass to Green. Nice ball movement by Utah. Griffin passes to Booker. Clock is at 3. Shoots over Van Vliet. Count it. And the Nugget lead has been cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Booker.
You must respect the in-between game of Devin Booker. So good in the mid-range.
Griffin against Jordan. Back to Van Vliet. Good D by Booker.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he's surprised himself with the miss.
Green passes to Booker. The pass to Adams. And here is Green. Covered by Van Vliet. Shot by post. Here's Griffin. Uses the glass to drop it in. Griffin's got 6.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
Murray outside. Up top, Adebayo. Thompson from long range trains the three-pointer. He's got 9.
Well, this is the confidence of Klay Thompson. When he's out there, he is ready to fire on the catch.
Now, Green. Adams finds Green. Here's Booker. He's covered by Murray. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
There's the dish to Thompson. Inside, passes it to Van Vliet. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And you look at stats for Adams. Last year, getting it done. 6th in field goal percentage, 16th in rebounding. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. Here's Griffin, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And Griffin has battled knee injuries during his career, but his persistence is incredible. Still a nightly double-double threat.
Quarters checked in for Fred Van Vliet. Murray kicks to Reddick. Back to Murray. 6 to shoot. Pass to Jordan. Green with the rebound.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Murray outside. No good off the back of the rim.
for their mistake.
Pass to Green. Feeds it to Griffin. No good on the shot. Nice feed from Porter. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Denver. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. We've got 1:08 left in the third. The pass to Adebayo. He gets it in there. Adebayo's got 9.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Griffin dishes to Booker. Passes to Leonard. Let's go. That one a little long. Denver leading by 8.
And a 2-for-1 is there for them if they want it.
Well, you're trying to end the quarter the right way. It takes awareness and it takes discipline.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop. Here's the 3. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got 9 rebounds now tonight. With some art, that's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots. Booker against Murray. And to break that ice-cold streak, here's Leonard, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
Kawhi Leonard, still one of the hardest working players in the league. Active on the offensive glass there.
And we've reached the end of the third. The Nuggets on top. They lead by 8. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena. You're watching 2K Sports. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
Boy, GA, how about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. We've got Green. Griffin is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Mitchell in at the point guard. That's the group right now for Utah. And it's McGee with the jam.
You know, the assist is the key part of that play. The pace on the bounce pass, perfect.
Mitchell against Irving. Count it. And the Nugget lead has been cut down now to just 8, and the basket for Mitchell.
Boy, Donovan Mitchell as a jump shooter, so pure.
Outside, Reddick. Murray with it. Now defended by Mitchell. And on the way from Irving for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists tonight.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Here's Mitchell. Leonard trying to break free. McGee with the block. Moving against Mitchell. Puts it up from 15. Rebound by Mitchell. Jazz trail by 11. Green finds Griffin. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Now, Danny Green excels at recognizing when his teammates have open looks and putting it on the money. Nicely done.
And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1 3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
Doncic outside. 4th quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Towns on right side. Sends it back. Outside Griffin. Puts up a 3. A putback, and Leonard stays with it. Leonard's got 24.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Oh, tenacious attack by Irving. The handle, the speed. Look out.
Mitchell passes to Leonard. It's deflected. And here's Redick to the middle. Irving. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And now it's a 10-point Denver lead. Jazz have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And DeRozan kicks to Mitchell. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And perimeter shooting never more valuable. That's been J.J. Redick's MO all along. An elite marksman who can hit from anywhere.
Denver making a switch here. Thompson's checked in, so he gets them both. And in today's game, if you don't have floor spacing, your offense is going to struggle.
They call it gravity, the ability of outside shooters to attract defensive attention. Redick, one of those you don't leave for a moment. Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Leonard attacking, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Denver.
One of the key aspects for Kawhi Leonard's scoring per game is his ability to get to the free throw line. This guy lives there.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. And he's known as the Claw. Kawhi Leonard Doors with some of the biggest hands in the NBA.
Well, consider, Kevin, that hand is over 11 inches from thumb to pinky. That's 52% wider than the normal hand. Basically, his hands correspond to a person who would be almost 9 feet tall. Incredible. The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Pass to Towns. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Well, battling hard. That's an impressive move by Towns. He'll go to the strike.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense. And it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
Randall's checked in for the Jazz. The free throw drops for Towns. And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
On the wing, Thompson, covered by Mitchell. Elbow shot is on the way, and they pick up 2. Thompson's got the lead up to 13 now for the Nuggets.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
Here's DeRozan. JaVale McGee grabs the miss. McGee's got 8 rebounds in this game. And a wide open look for Irving. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
And, Greg, you know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right, and wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play. Well, this guy, Kyrie Irving, just so reminiscent of his idol, Kobe Bryant. He is one of the cold-blooded scorers in the game, an absolute torture for a defender to guard.
And you know, Doris, for both Kyrie and Kobe, each had an urge to step out on his own, you know, to put their fingerprints on a team.
No doubt, Kevin. For Kobe, it was Shaq. For Kyrie, it was LeBron. And think about last season. Kyrie actually called LeBron to apologize. But let's not kid ourselves, right? He is most comfortable in the starring role.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Quinn Snyder's huddle. He is not pleased. He told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Booker, he's checked in for Julius Randle. So it's the Jazz now, down by 15. Leonard inside, covered by Irving. McGee with the block. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Doncic. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists tonight.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Pass to Whiteside. With the fadeaway. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. That's 28 points for Leonard. McGee in the high post. Towns in the corner. And again, Denver with the triple.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And that one's good. Leonard.
He's shooting the lights out down the stretch, trying to keep them competitive.
Irving against Mitchell. Irving double team. Towns the pass to Doncic. He feeds it to McGee. From down in the low post, it goes. McGee's got 4 this quarter.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
I got him.
DeRozan with it. Now the pass to Whiteside. Pocket 6. DeRozan against McGee. DeRozan gets the bucket.
After being held scoreless in the first, he's turning it on here in the second.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. They led by as many as 18 points. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. That sends Kyrie Irving to the free throw line. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game, and don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Mitchell passes to Whiteside. And they call an illegal screen here. And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Friday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies. Down low in the dunk by Doncic.
You love the leadership of Kyrie Irving from the lead guard position. Yes, he's looking to score, but he's adept at finding the open teammate.
Booker looking around. Doris, you and I love history. And we were talking today, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship rings. Do you think anyone's ever going to break that record?
I think it'll be close to impossible, Kevin. And the reason is, number one, there were so many fewer teams back then for Bill Russell, in no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure. But it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current era.
And he makes the first. Doris, what has impressed me about Booker is that he's put up great numbers despite not having a lot of franchise stability at the start of his career.
No doubt, Kevin. For Devin Booker, his first 4 seasons, he had 4 different head coaches. That doesn't even start to touch the roster turnover he's dealt with. Through everything he's faced, he has produced on the offensive end. You love this guy's upside.
The Nuggets leading by 18. The feed to Doncic. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 5th assist in this one.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Gordon kicks to Leonard. From 15 feet away, rebound by the Nuggets. Towns has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Utah has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Here's Gordon.
Switch.
To the paint. Here's Leonard. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Leonard's got 32 points.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
To the inside for Towns.
Well, this is what makes Towns so dangerous. Pick and roll, pick and pop. He can take you either way off that screen.
For Utah, they've got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Gordon, the pass to Whiteside. Back to Gordon. Nice ball movement by Utah. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
I'll tell you, despite this guy's strong play in this period, they're still behind. Someone else has got to step up.
Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansion cities?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Towns.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Green with the rebound. Jazz trail by 21. The rejection by Towns.
Well, his value to this team on both ends. Not many guys can defend the perimeter and the rim the way Towns can.
Moves back up. And Whiteside sends it back. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. No good that time. And Denver the other way now. Pass to Towns. Over Green. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Now here's Green. Booker outside. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Well, this guy has such a versatile offensive skill set. Devin Booker is a threat once he steps across the half-court line.
Doncic against Booker. Rejected by Booker. Irving against Green. Count that one.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
The Nuggets leading by 18. A minute 42 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Doncic. And McGee kicks to Doncic. Second shot opportunity, and Denver again with the bucket.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Nuggets.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kyrie Irving.
Boy, whatever was needed, he did. Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
Moving against Green. It's stolen by DeRozan. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Brook Lopez is checked in for Whiteside. Julius Randle comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Gordon in for Booker. There's 31 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Van Vliet. Randle grabs the board.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Here's Lopez, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, the balance that Brook Lopez has on these kinds of finishes is really admirable. He doesn't allow the defense to alter his shot.
And so it's Denver taking care of business in this. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Ang 34 points. Kyrie